for you. All right, well, I just got back from a half day skiing up at Bogus. Finally a decent day of skiing. Only my second day this year. Eating my Chipotle bowl and found some Burt's Brewing Co. beer at Trader Joe's, which normally I don't sell their beers around town. So got the pups. Today is March 5th. Yep. And it's been about 8 months since I did the Boise Trail Challenge. If you're not familiar, the Boise Trail Challenge is biking or running, or you can do a combo. All the Boise foothills trails, which include like the lower foothills, Bogus Basin, Eagle Bike Park, Avamore, and I think that's it. So, like around Hidden Springs. And yeah, if you do it efficiently, which I think we really did, thanks to one of our buddies, Grant, we did it in 240 miles. Our goal was 3 days. We did it in 3.5 days. And I wanted to share, start sharing some more thoughts. So today I was just going to talk about kind of one of my biggest takeaways, which is also was one of my goals from biking 241 miles in 3.5 days. And one of the biggest takeaways is that it is so worth doing something yeah, really one of my biggest takeaways, what I learned and experienced, was that it is so worth it to do something hard and out of your comfort zone and beyond your ability intentionally. The biggest thing was growing in like resilience and mental capacity. So the farthest I had ever biked was like 34 miles in one go. And obviously if you do the math, 241 miles in 3.5 days is a lot more than that. So when Tyler and I were riding, our days were around 70 miles each. And so what this did to me and what this did to my mind and for like my mental fitness and mental health was it showed me that my capacity is a lot greater than what I thought it was. Yes, my legs hurt, but I was just like, it was a battle just to not quit. It was hard not to want to just take a long break, to say, hey, like, let's do it in 6 days. Let's do it in 10 days. Our goal was to do it in 3 days. And so all of those doubts and, wanting to change our goal were going into my mind, going up a really hard climb, going up Hard Guy, in one of the hottest parts of the day. It was just like brutal. And that was like our first segment of the first day and had so much more riding left. And so very early on, the difficulty was there, the pain was there, wanting to quit was there. And wow, like not quitting and pushing through just totally like shattered my perception of what I could accomplish and what my body can do and what my mind can do. And I think that is huge. I just think about how much we seek comfort and how much we seek the easy thing and how much of a disservice that is to us, because we're not putting ourselves in positions to grow. We're not pushing ourselves. We're not pushing ourselves past our perceived limitations, and we're limiting ourselves, and so sure, you could go by and go through your life in the comfort zone and making things easier for yourself. We have no problem in our world making things easy, but choosing to do something hard, and even for me, it was like training was hard, but really it was like, all right, these 3 days are just going to be brutal. So this is a short time frame where I'm doing something incredibly difficult, and I have not been the same since. I really think it helped me get into trail running because I was like, okay, I can be on the trail for 2-3 hours, run 10 plus miles, run 18 miles, run 20 miles. Ultimately, I ran a 50K, so run 32 miles, and just 5.5 hours on the trail, no music, and it's really not that bad. So doing the trail challenge just leveled up my resilience, my ability to push through, to not want to quit. I've even noticed in my work, like my workplace, just my ability to work more and work harder. I think part of that shift has, to do with other things as well, but I would say just anything that's challenging, it really made a big difference doing the Boise Trail Challenge. And so that was kind of one of my goals. That's what I was hoping would happen. And I could just say for sure, it totally did. I think part of what helps make that shift, no, is doing it for that reason. I do think there's an intentionality to it where kind of more than anything, I was wanting to grow mentally and improve my mental health and resilience. And I think that intentionality, when you do those things, matters, as opposed to doing it just like, oh, I'm just going to do something physically hard. That's kind of your only focus. That's just my opinion. But I do think that makes a difference. And if you're cognizant of where you're at mentally and where you want to be and what's going on in your life, yeah, I think it will serve you better. So I would challenge anybody, pick something to do that's hard, that's something that you think that you can't do. Again, the furthest I had biked was mountain biked on single track trail was 34 miles. And day one we had 75 miles, and then we did that 2 more times, and then half a day of riding. And even by the end, our first segment, we basically did 30 miles and 28 miles, and then 20 some miles after that, kind of 3 segments throughout the whole day. And by the end of the first segment, I was hurting. By the end of the third segment, when it was getting evening or dusk, I was feeling pretty good. And so, man, it just goes to show what you can accomplish, what your body can do, and what your mind can do when you're not your limiting factor. And that's another kind of micro takeaway within the same realm too, is that don't be the one that's limiting yourself. Have something else be your limiting factor. Have anything besides yourself be your limiting factor for what you can do and accomplish. Don't let it be yourself. Don't say that I can't. Don't say that you're not able to. You can. You're able to do it. And when you remove that limiting belief, man, so much is at your disposal, and you could really transform your mind and your body, and especially your mind. You can have a really strong, resilient mind. And so that's one of my biggest takeaways. That's what I set out to do and experience. It's what happened, but in even greater ways for me. And I'm excited to do it this year. So that is one of my biggest takeaways. I'm going to be making kind of just more raw videos like this to just be consistent, because to be honest, I've been getting caught up in I have to create something super cool and I have to create something cinematic and it looks visually perfect, but this is really what I want to talk about. And so I'm going to be posting more videos like this, talking about the last year of my endurance challenges as well as what I got coming up. So thanks for tuning in, and I will be posting a video next Friday as well. So until then, have an awesome week.